Please don't be a miss. 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 Actually, be a miss. I want to buy more stock. But please don't be a miss. Please don't be a miss. Moment of truth. Bruh. Holy And that, my friends, was my actual reaction when I saw the Q4 earnings report. If you don't believe me, Q1 2023, we can record it. Although not live, because here in Kuwait, when the earnings report come out, it's like 1 a.m. I gotta catch some Z's. But hopefully when I'm back in Toronto, we can do live earnings as well. Maybe we can get some people on it as well. I think that'll be wicked and a lot of fun. But until that day, we gotta wait. All right, we gotta wait. But now let's look at Q4, because Q4 was absolutely flippant, mind-blowing. Like I personally thought they were going to miss, but they actually beat. And if you guys follow me on Twitter, I did predict $1.19, and sheesh, it was $1.19. Like, bruh, I was kind of shocked. But anywho, let's get down to the prediction video, see what the stock price could trade at from now all the way until literally the first quarter of 2023. So if you're all ready, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, man. Like, come on. Let's go. As you guys can see in this chart right here, Q4 has already been filled out, and you guys can see there's been some add-ons to it. We added the credits, the energy revenue, and the insurance. Although we don't know how many profits the energy and the insurance makes, we are getting some numbers that is worthy to start predicting and add them to our valuation. So you already know, predicting Q1 2023 is gonna be hella juicy and a lot of fun, because for some darn reason, I am very close to the EPSs. Sheesh! All right, let's go bit by bit, row by row to see what's up with Q4. So we got the 405,278 vehicles deliveries. Then we got the $15,000 FSD one-time payment. As you guys already know, we don't have data on how much Tesla collects on a monthly basis based on the subscribers. We don't even know how many of them do opt in for monthly. So it's easier to put at a 15% rate that new delivery vehicles will be opting in for a one-time fee of the FSD. Now keep an eye on this. This percentage will be growing because if you guys watched the earnings call the other day for Q4, I mean 400,000 FSD customers. Just last quarter, that was 300. So now we're up another 100K, which is crazy. Just crazy within a quarter. And this number will accelerate because more vehicles will be delivered in 2023, potentially up to 2 million vehicles. So sheesh moment right there. Now, moving on. FSD sales, profits, then we get the average selling price for each vehicle. Now, I was surprised. I thought they were going to do 52,000 on the average, but they actually did more than that. About like $573.78 to be exact, more than that per vehicle, which is, you know, not bad. I mean, that's better than I thought, so good stuff. Then we got the total vehicle revenue with the total vehicle profits, regulatory credits, then the energy, insurance. Then we got the Q1 revenue of $24.3 billion and a net income of almost $3.7 billion. So that's a sheesh moment right there. Pretty much, guys, they ended off 2022 with over $81 billion in revenue and over $12.5 billion in net income, which compare that to last year, that's more than a 2x in terms of earnings and pretty much a 40% growth on their revenue. So you can see their earnings, man. Earnings are crazy, flipping crazy. And on the note, guys, I don't think 2023 is going to be a major recession. I really don't think that. I'm still believing it's going to be mild. So I think we're going to be very, very surprised in 2023. So let's go, man. It's going to be flipping wicked, man. 2023 is a very exciting year for Tesla. Cybertruck and all that, we'll get to that at the end of the video. Let's see what the stock price would be from now, literally till April 20th. You all ready, man? And smash that like button, man. Why is that like button smash, man? Come on. Let's go. So right now, the recording of this video, today's Thursday, right? So it's the Tesla stock price is up 10% to about like almost 160 bucks per share. As you guys can see, it shows the 48 PE, but that's not registered in the Q4. Q4 is not still registered in Yahoo Finance. So really, it's closer to 38 PE. And once we put that in, we get 155 bucks per share. Actually, let's put that to 39 PE, 159 bucks per share, which is really quite ridiculous because BYD PE is about 60. Tesla is 38. 30 flipping 8. Sorry, it boggles my mind. And yes, I did buy more shares today because it's just ridiculous. I mean, just so cheap. It tells you how Tesla. Okay, enough of the rant. Let's see what the stock price will be in 2020, the first quarter of 2023. Now, guys, we have to remember we are in a bear market, and Tesla is a very volatile stock. So don't be surprised if it crashes back down 20% or if it roars up another 20%. Don't be shocked. It's Tesla, and it's very volatile. And on top of that, we're in a bear market, so it's really hard to tell what's going to happen in the short term, which is why we here, I'm sure you're watching this, we're invested for the long term, 2030 and beyond. But potentially what could happen in this bear market is, let's say that the Fed comes out and they say that, yeah, we're going to raise interest rates to 10%, right? Because 5% is not enough. And so we're going to do more quantitative tightening, and yeah, that's what we're going to do. So obviously if that comes true, real estate, all assets, especially the stock market is going to take a big hit. And if that's the case, we can see the PE going low as 25 PE, which is quite funny because that's $102 per share if that happens. Now, if you want to talk about going below 100, probably in the 80 levels, then, we can see a 20 PE, which is ridiculous for Tesla. It's just, that means 4 PE for Tesla is going to be probably below 10. Literally comparing it to GM, Ford. I don't get it. But anyways, let's look at this at a really realistic way. Inflation is coming down, and is coming down fast. And I do believe that inflation, the rate of slowing down is going to slow down because we have, services and other goods where everyone is still paying, going out and, doing them services, buying them goods. They still have money, they're still spending, and the Fed doesn't like that. And what's driving this is employment. And the Fed does want to, do this soft landing with maximum employment. Going to be a little tricky to do. I don't know how they're going to do that, especially when now that's the biggest driver to inflation. So I don't think February is going to be a good month for inflation report. I hope I'm wrong, because if it keeps going lower, then we can see a faster return back to the market. We can see more bullish sign coming, and we're one step closer to ending this bear market. But I'm a little skeptical, and realistically, the Fed probably will increase rates just a little bit more and then just pause and see what will happen for a few months. I think that's what's going to happen. And if that's the case, and if Tesla is still, going crazy with all these numbers and all these, can you guys believe that this year, this January, is a record for Tesla in terms of orders? 2 times the rate of production this January, and thanks to price cuts, which pretty much is the same price back since 2021. So it's crazy. It's crazy what's going on with Tesla. But personally, what I do believe, what will happen if we're still in this bear market and we have Fed coming out, we can see the PE being around 35, around the 142 mark, possibly a PE of 40 to 163 mark. Now, if we go into a bullish market, let's say that the Fed decides to pivot early, they pause early, and a lot of bullish sentiment is out there, and we're back in a major violent bull market, then I can see the PE going as high as 60 to $244 per share. And if we're in a mega bull market, we can see a PE of 70, possibly even going back to almost $300, 75 PE. Yeah, this could happen, but I highly doubt that. In my opinion, I think the max PE we can see in this market for Tesla is a 50, which is $204 per share. But keeping things conservative, a 40 PE to a 45 PE makes sense. So a realistic price range is between $163 to $183 per share, which is still absolutely flipping cheap if you're holding until 2030, possibly even until 2025, because it's such a cheap price. And yes, I'll be buying as much as I can. If it's below $200, I'm going to buy as much as I can. If it's below 300, I'm going to buy when I can, when I feel like it. But anything below 200, man, it's just a flipping steal. Sheesh. Now, I do want to put this for the record. In my opinion, my personal opinion, I do think Tesla stock has bottomed, because they crushed Q4. They absolutely destroyed Q4, in my opinion at least. So seeing it back going to $102 per share or even below $100, it just doesn't make any sense. That don't mean we're in a depression and World War III has started, or something just happened macro environmentally. Like Elon went missing, or I don't know, something happened, then it'll drag the stock below $100. But it's just really, really hard to see that right now. So that's why, in my opinion, for the record, and you guys can put me on the record, Tesla stock, in my opinion, has bottomed. Now, it could go back down to 120 or 110, but I don't think it'll go back to them lows again unless something big happens, which it could. I don't know. But again, for the record, I think it bottomed. Now, obviously, guys, this is only a prediction, and a prediction alone. This may not happen, or it may happen. I don't know. So take all this with a grain of salt. That more research is always needed. Now let's move on to the juicy part, what happened in the earnings call and what Elon said, because there was a lot of interesting things that the board of members of Tesla said, especially even Elon. So let's get down to it. Here's my Twitter page. If you guys aren't following me on Twitter, man, then you're missing out. You're flipping missing out. Follow me on Twitter and we're gonna have a lot of fun. So let's get down to it. The highlight of Tesla Q4 2022 earnings report, as follows. Number one, EPS beat $1.19 versus $1.12 or $1.13. Like, when I saw this, I was just like, sheesh, man, that was ridiculous. Wow, crazy. Like, I had a feeling that they're gonna beat earnings, but not like this, not like flipping $1.19. Like, this was insane. Number two, 2023 deliveries estimated to be 1.8 million vehicles. Now, I do think they are lowballing this. I do believe that they can do a bit more than 1 million. In my bear case, I have it at 1.7.
Bruh.
I think I'm gonna change it to 1.8 at least, because if they're gonna do price cuts and the recession, in my opinion, is not gonna be as bad as we all think, then they can do easily 2 million. And Elon did say that they can do 2 million production in 2023 as a run rate. So let's see what's gonna happen in 2023. But one thing's for sure, 2023 is also gonna be a record-breaking year. So you count on that. Number three, they have a cash position of $22 billion. So, we're going to a recession. Cash is king in a recession. So, sheesh. Number four, Cybertruck tooling. Now, they did mention in Q3 it's tooling as well, but I put it here again because we're getting one step closer at a time. We can expect like third, fourth quarter of 2023. Well, third quarter makes more sense. We're going to be seeing some Cybertrucks out there. We're going to be seeing some, they made 100 or 150, 200 Cybertrucks. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be a great time to be alive, man. Number five, robotaxi and others in development. So I'm very curious to know what this is, and I think we're gonna get it on an investor day on March 1st. Keep my eye out for this one. It's very interesting. Number six, energy hit an all-time high of 6.5 gigawatts. I mean, that's just that's just insane. And they did mention in the earnings call that their energy side is going to be growing a whole lot faster than their vehicle side, and I do believe that. Number seven, about 400,000 FSD customers. Again, like I mentioned in Q3, it was 300,000. Now in Q4, it's 400,000. So within a quarter, 100,000 people opt in for the FSD in Canada and the United States. Now at this rate, most likely by end of 2023, we could see upwards of 1 million FSD customers, which would be flipping crazy. More to come with guidance. Sheesh. And yes, there was more to come. I retweeted it actually myself. Over here, number one, Tesla insurance annual rate of 300 million. This is the first time we actually got some numbers from Zach in Tesla. So this was actually really good. And I added it to my valuation chart, as you guys saw. I think this is very important. I think insurance is going to be one of the biggest part of Tesla in a stealth way. So I think it's very important. That's why I put it. And I'm very bullish on this too. Number two, potential 25,000 vehicle to be revealed on March 1st. Now, this could happen. It may not. What I'm suspecting is that they're going to say that, hey, this is our new model. Price range unknown. Because if they say the price ranges, man, someone like me who would like to buy a Tesla, and the Model 3 and the Model Y is great, but if a vehicle's coming out that's like 25,000, I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna say, oh, thank you for telling me the price, man. I'm just gonna chill out for a little bit and wait a couple of years and then get this one. I'm not gonna buy the $30, $40, $50,000 Model 3, Model Y. So I don't think they're gonna name any prices, but they're gonna show that this is our next gen vehicle. Price unknown. But this is what we're doing. Number three, demand noise. Demand noise. Elon says it's just noise. It's just noise. He even said this 2023 January, it's record for them. They're getting twice the rate of orders compared to production. Sheesh. So demand is there. Demand is always going to be there. And I keep saying this on the channel, and so does other YouTubers as well, Tesla YouTubers. They will sell every single vehicle that they produce. The only problem comes now is, can they produce as many? Can they increase their gigafactories to, what is it now, 4 to 8? I think we're going to get a lot more interesting news on March 1st on the next gigafactories, maybe. Because I was hoping in this Q4 something like that will come up, but they did say that as we go forward, we will announce them in due time. Elon did say that they are working hard on this and, keeping it very, a top priority to think of new gigafactories, because we are looking at Indonesia, Mexico, Canada, UK, Brazil, there's a lot of places that we're hearing a lot, but mainly Indonesia and Mexico. South Korea is coming up in every now and then. So let's see what will happen. But one thing's for sure, demand noise. Tesla has no demand. They have lots of demand, and proof is in the pudding, man. Elon said this multiple times over and over again in each earnings call, and he said it again here. Tesla to become the world's most valuable company in the world. And I put in brackets, facts. Because this is facts. Tesla, in my opinion, and looks like in other, his opinion too, and so many other opinions, in the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years, maybe end of the decade, Tesla will become the world's most valuable company once FSD is solved. Now, when will that be solved? We don't know, but we know this is going to be the case. We know that in the next 10, 15, 20 years, the next generation that comes, kids, if I have a child and they're my age, most likely they won't be driving a vehicle. The vehicle will be driving them places. So this is a big, huge value to Tesla's market cap, and that's what Elon said as well. Question is, are you guys ready to see Tesla stock to being worth $5 trillion in the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years from now? Let's see what will happen. This statement, in my opinion, is darn true, and why I'm going all in into Tesla stock. And to end off this tweet here, I said this was the earning report ever. I meant to say best, show the thread, scroll down, the best. Sorry guys, my brain just thinks a whole lot faster than me typing. It's just how my brain functions. But yes, this in my opinion was the best earning report ever. Can't wait to see what Q1 is going to be, man. It's going to be very interesting. And there you have it, guys. Tesla Q4 was just out of the park. They destroyed EPS. I mean, in a market like this, in a bear market like this was actually really pretty good. This was awesome. The question is, will they continue this in Q1? Are they going to do another price cut from now till Q1 ends? Or pretty much from now till March, end of March. In my opinion, I don't really think so, because at the moment, the Model Y, we do see some slight price increases because the demand is there. And for the Model 3, we also see a slowly dipping down in inventory as well. So it's really hard to see if they're going to reduce prices again or not. But if they do, we can see demand roaring back up again, although margins will be hit. What people don't understand is that the more vehicles they have on the road, the Tesla has more vehicles on the road, they have things that they can upsell them on, like FSD. They have insurance. So really, the software of the business is a whole lot more profitable than selling the hardware, which is the car. But let's see what will happen in Q1. Very interesting to see. And yep, I did buy more shares today, which is a Thursday, because earnings was just they killed it in a good way. So sheesh. Now, if you're a Tesla bull or an investor that's looking at the stock price or holding until at least 2030, check out this Tesla stock price prediction to 2030. That includes everything. Robots, insurance, robo-taxis, energy, everything. Check it out. It's pretty interesting. I may have to revise it later on because of Tesla energy is just absolutely ridiculous, but you'll still find some good value, and you'll be shocked how much the stock price will be per share by 2030. It's insane. Support the channel by becoming a channel member or get some merch. Subscribe, and I shall see you guys in the next video. See ya.